I think that this today is a travesty. I think that it is disgusting. I think that this hearing should never occur in America. This is a case in which this sleaze, this dirt, was searched for by staffers of members of this committee, and this body validated it and displayed it at prime time over our entire nation.
Joining me now, Judge Andrew Napolitano, Fox News senior judicial analyst. Judge, let's start with Judge Kavanaugh. And how do you think he did in supporting himself today?
I thought your questions were better than his answers. The questions were riveting, thorough, and fair. Not just saying that because we're friends and colleagues, but they were. There were times when I cringed. I thought the questions were so strong. But he restrained himself from answering literally many of your questions because I don't think he wants to give the Democrats on the Senate Judiciary Committee other areas of his personal life and his personal thinking to interrogate. I also thought he was very measured in his answers for the same reason. I did not see, and I think you ran this earlier in your show, the righteous indignation, the towering voice of God that you heard from Clarence Thomas when he was similarly outraged. Now, we may see that on Thursday, but we didn't see it with you. My other thought about the interview is, God have mercy on Dr. Ford if she submits to an interview with you.
Well, we would love to have her on because if she wants to have an opportunity to speak before Thursday, she should certainly let us know, and we're happy to do that with her. We've reached out to pretty much everyone in this story over the last couple of weeks. I want to play one soundbite with regard to Roe v. Wade and get your thoughts on how he responded to this judge. And then I want to ask you about Rod Rosenstein. Is this about Roe v. Wade? Is this about people who initially, right off the bat, said they wanted to see you never take a spot on the Supreme Court? Where's this all coming from?
I just want a fair process where I can be heard.
You don't have any thoughts on where this is coming from?
I just want a fair process where I can be heard, defend my integrity, defend the integrity of my family. I'm telling the truth.
That is not a Clarence Thomas type answer, Judge. He went after the Senate Judiciary Committee, Clarence Thomas, as we showed a little while ago, just ripping them to shreds and saying the whole thing was a travesty.
That was a frustrating answer, but he is being very circumspect and judicial, if you will. If he says to you what I believe and what many people watching us now believe, of course it's about Roe versus Wade. He opens up a can of worms for the Democrats on the Judiciary Committee to enter, and he doesn't want to do that. I am sure he has thoughts on this. I'm sure they've analyzed those thoughts till the cows come home over at the White House with him, but he doesn't want to be seen publicly as articulating them. Tremendous self-discipline on his part.
With regard to, I want to get your thought on Rod Rosenstein, because as you point out, there was a draft, there was discussion that he was leaving the office. And as you point out, there was even a draft that came out of the DOJ, which talks about what the succession plan would be. That is not in effect as of right now.
I'm wondering if the White House hasn't telegraphed Attorney General Sessions to say that Rod Rosenstein's last day on the job will be Thursday. Now, Jonathan Swan, whom we both know from Axios, has taken some heat for some of the things he's reported on this, reported about 7 or 8 minutes ago that Attorney General Sessions has drafted a statement which congratulates Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein, names Attorney General Sessions Chief of Staff as the new COO of the Department of Justice, and puts Noel Francisco, the Solicitor General, in charge of the Mueller investigation as Mueller's boss.
Well, we will see if indeed that is in effect. Judge, thank you very much. Great to talk to you tonight. Thanks for being here.
Of course.